taken by the noobs. Mega about to come up by Swoop. And look at that. He's looking in the wrong direction. And that is an indication. Take a look at that, because the last 2 times that the noobs came into that room, he used that entrance that Swoop was covering. And so that is a fantastic switch up of tactics by the noobs to basically blindside Swoop, switching up his game, entering and getting unanswered damage and a frag. I mean, that's just fantastic work by the noobs. Great sort of mental discipline to think, okay, I don't want to do something too often. I want to make this, I want to keep my opponent guessing at every moment I can. There's Swoop with a great trap set, though. They bring this thing within 6, but with only a minute left to go, Swoop is fighting an uphill battle. He's going to go in and try to get some room in on red. He pops up the noobs and is able to land a quick frag. It's now just 5 frags the difference. Swoop is now careening towards his 50 health, trying to get in towards, honestly, it's the yellow armor that would be the most useful to him. But he wants the frags instead. He spotted the noobs, and also running on this map, not the hardest thing to do. There are a couple of great hiding spots, good places to go. And we can see the noobs just sort of disappear from Swoop's crosshairs, so nice work there.
Oof, so now with the final 30 seconds, you know, Swoop is going to be picking up a few here, but just not enough time, and too much time has run down. If Swoop had another minute, I don't know, 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm being hopeful.
Yeah, if he had 1 more minute here, this would look better for him. But yeah, I gotta agree with Fisher. He's just looking much looser than he was during the first bit of the first set of the BO5. But the noobs does have the map. 2 more for noobs, and oh, holy crap, he will be coming back up from impossible odds and taking the crown and the money.
All right, so yeah, so that's is that number 1? Yeah,
that's 1. That is
all right.
1.
So 3 impressives for Swoop, 1 impressive for the noobs, and we're heading over quickly to T4.
And how awesome is it to see T4 back in a dueling?
I love it. TTM, welcome.
Best map ever.
Yes, I totally agree with.
We are live. We've got the noobs with upper yellow, a rocket launcher, and heading over towards the shotgun. Now we can pick a couple of great fights. Although Swoop already has the railgun. If we recall, T4 was the first map that these guys played in the last set of 5, where Swoop very methodically controlled the railgun and kept it out of the noobs' hands in order to secure that first map. So let's see if that happens again. The noobs still looking for rail, trying to switch up to machine gun to get the kill.
Not hitting these shots, jeez. Yeah,
and again, I think that's just a matter of maybe a little bit of mental, whatever for Swoop. He's at only 22% railgun accuracy, and he's fired off about maybe 6-8 shots now.
Alright, but he still has the noobs in somewhat of a sorry position here. He drops in for the frag, gets it in. It was a little ugly, but he made it work for him. 1 minute, 1 frag, and actually that's way different than last time where we had 30 seconds and 4 frags. So, yeah, I think Swoop is wanting to be a little more cautious this time around. Rail is not going to be up for a couple more seconds. The noobs moving on to the other side of the map. Swoop showing up for the attack, getting the 1 rail bounce, getting the 1 rocket bounce, but looking for the rail hit. It's not going to be there. But out of the teleporter, the noobs are going to be walking into a whole lot of pain, and there it is.
Now, what's really critical, though, is that we're setting up for Mega in about 45 seconds. Swoop, by getting that frag, has a chance to do a little bit of lockdown here, because he, I think, has managed to pick up both yellow armors. Indeed. That being said, though, the noob says, fine, you can get all the armor you want. I'm just going to go long range and pick you off with my railgun. After hitting 2, Swoop is now down to 78 and 15, and with 25 seconds until that Mega, this is like the wrong time to die and lose your stack and weapons. And weapons being more important than stack, in fact, when trying to get this Mega health. And here it is in 15, Swoop not able to... he's got to hit these rails. We have to connect. And indeed, that is the exact time when it needs to connect. He's able to get the 3rd frag. And look at this. Noobs trying to rush in the Mega health, not coming up for another 2 seconds. And Swoop is able to basically use the noobs' aggression against him to pick up frag number 4. And here comes potential lockdown of the railgun. There it is. Boomity, boomity, boom. And now the noobs is just looking for armor. And no weapons. The plasma, though, is connecting for him. Jesus. That was a pretty nice set of blue balls there.
Very nice. All right, so Swooped is anticipating a grab for the rail, but here comes the Noobs out the other way, getting the shotgun in, and it almost worked for him. Swooped manages to get the frag, but he's only got 12 health. Taking a look at where the Noobs spawn, he has Plasma in hand. He could actually take Swooped off if he decides to go for this armor. Or not.
And actually, that is going to delay Swooped quite a bit. I think that potentially, the Noobs has just been able to pick up a railgun exactly as I was thinking. That's what was going through my head. I switched over just in time to see it happen. And, wow, that is one great way to get a first frag, because that's going to set him up with, he has the top tier position, he has potential to drop in on this armor, and he can lock his opponent out of getting the second armor. He's a little bit less concerned about giving Swooped a railgun because, quite frankly, the Noobs just has a better railgun accuracy. We do see the other armor picked up by Swooped, so he's got 150 to work with. The Noobs is actually a little bit less, but he has better weapon selection and better positioning.
Well, the Noobs is now just looking for his opponent, looking to do the right angle on the damage. But now he's just chasing and hitting more walls than anything else. Swooped throwing out a whole lot of just defensive rockets here and getting some damage in himself. So Swooped, ooh, there's a nice rail by the Noobs, and he's looking for the second one. There it is, 5-2. Now we're within 3 frags. A lot of armor for the Noobs, even more, 150. Still a little low on health, but Swooped coming out of here with Plasma.
Nice.
It's going to be knocking him down, but he still has a whole lot of that armor left. Swooped is thinking that the Noobs is way weaker than he is, actually. So
yeah.
Swooped gave that one away.
Yeah, so 5-4, 1 frag separating, and we're heading towards that halfway point. That's a big rocket. That's going to cripple Swooped, as he now only has about 100 health and armor as he picks up this yellow, so about 150 health and armor to his name. The Noobs, on the other hand, sitting pretty at nearly 100. And a little bit of a lull, as they're trying to do a little little silent mode action here. Armor taken by the Noobs. Other one up in about 5 seconds. And Noobs has no idea where Swooped is.
Well,
There's
Swoop
a nice
does,
initial
there's
rail.
the rail. And there's a return from the Noobs, but it's being traded back and forth, but the Noobs
Nice.
will be getting it evened up. And the Noobs can still take a rail here. Here's the difference, though. Swooped cannot currently. He's looking for the 25 health pickups, but even after that one, he's still at 77. This could be really bad for him. He does get another shot off. The Noob still has armor, though. There's the thing. He's going to be picking up even more. The other armor will be coming back up here momentarily. And Swooped is still in a really poor shape here. It's going to be shotgun on shotgun, and Noobs just had the bigger stack. Tying it up.
Yeah, this is a
5-5.
risky. It's a little bit of a risky move. I understand why he made it, but you know, unfortunately, there was just no access to health and armor that was easy for him. Because had he gone center map and tried to collect those, ooh, there goes the lead. So the Noobs has turned this thing around at the halfway point. Swoop says, "Fuck your lead. I'm tying this shit up with my awesome railgun shot." And at this point, though, you know, Swoop, I think, needs to, you know, kind of deal with the Noobs. He's got to not do this, not to walk into the Plasma.
What the hell is
Oh
that?
man, yeah, I don't agree with that right
Maybe
there.
he's playing with an Xbox controller. All right, well, the Noobs now coming out of the teleporter, sees Megat up. He's able to get it, just barely surviving that, but Swoop is going to be able to get another rail off there. A 30 health and 50 for the Noobs right now, but the Noobs, honestly, he's got Swooped a little bit on the run here, just mentally. Swooped is just not really anticipating a lot of these shots, and the Noobs is able to get it. There it is with 3 health. The Noobs is going to be able to get that 8-6. And now the Noobs moving through mid, just opening the door, seeing his opponent. He's going, hey, all this health that you might want in a few seconds, well, guess what? It's going to be mine. Throwing down the rockets, getting the angle rail. And there's number 2. Holy crap, perfect angular shot. And that's going to be a 3rd frag in a row for the Noobs here. So he's looking to expand this, actually. And right now, Swoop is moving in such a way where he's not really putting up much of a fight or really returning a whole lot of damage here. And that's kind of worrying me.
Yeah, and I have to say that is a little bit disconcerting, because right around the 3-minute mark, 3-minute remaining mark that we have just passed, Swooped is needing to find a way to get the railgun out of the noob's hands. He has to do that because the noob's just punishing him. Every single move that he makes, anytime he wants to pressure him, the noob's just turns around and rails him twice and then swoops us out.
Oh, I was looking for that shot. Not going to have it,
That
though.
would've been nice.
The Noobs is going to be hurt here.